Good morning, students. Today I'm again here with teaching learning video. Students, in my last video, in video number 3, I have discussed about the wastewater treatment plant. Right? There I have told all the things in details. But today I'll again start with the same topic. I'll discuss wastewater treatment plant in short so that it will be clear for you. Right? So first, this diagram I have shared earlier also in my last video. Again I am showing you this diagram which you can see here on the screen. Here you all know about sewage, right? Wastewater treatment plant is also called sewage treatment plant. Both are same, right? So what happened, as you can see here in the left hand side of the screen in this picture, wastewater sewage is passed through this bar screen. You can see a bar screen. So first step in wastewater treatment plant or sewage treatment plant is screening. This is called screening. See here. What happened in the screening process? The bar screens. Just see here the bar screen. First one, the net-like structure which is there, rectangular net-like structure. This is called bar screen. So the bar screens remove large objects such as sticks, cans, plastic bags. Okay, and after and the water which passes through these bar screen, they are transferred to the another tank. So the leftover pieces, means large solid pieces, those are collected and later on they are disposed in the landfill to fill up the lands. Correct? Now next is grit and sand removal tank. This is the second step. After removing the large objects, the water goes to this second tank, which is grit and sand removal tank. Here the speed of the incoming water is decreased and it allows sand, grit and pebbles to settle down. Right? Let me show you here. What is going on in the grit removal tank? Those after removing the large objects, the water goes to the big tank. Right? And here the speed of the incoming water is decreased. Right? Now from here, the sewage is passed into primary or first sedimentation tank, which is called clarifier. You can see here the third tank where it is written primary sedimentation tank. Right? This is also called first sedimentation tank. This is called clarifier. Okay. Now here sewage is allowed to stand for 10 to 12 hours. Okay. This means here the suspended solid settle at the bottom. You can see some solids are settled at the bottom. So here the suspended solids settle down at the bottom of the first sedimentation tank in the form of sludge. This sludge which is settled at the bottom of the tank is then shifted to another tank from here, which is called, another tank is aeration tank, which is on the right hand side. Now the thing which is settled at the bottom, which is called sludge, this sludge is shifted to another tank which is called digester tank. You can see here at the down a digester tank is there. So this solid waste which is called sludge is shifted to this digester tank with the help of a scraper. Scraper, S-C-R-A-P-E-R. With the help of scraper, these solid waste is shifted to the digester tank. Here it is decomposed by anaerobic bacteria. Right? So this process produces biogas which is further used as fuel or to produce electricity. The leftover sludge after the production of biogas, the leftover sludge is taken out, dried and used as manure. Clear? Now next, here in the same tank, oil and grease removal is also going on. We know that water is contaminated with oil and grease too. So a skimmer, S-K-I-M-M-E-R, a skimmer removes the oil and grease from the water. This water is now, once the oil and grease is removed, and sludge is passed down to the digester tank. Now the water which is present here is clarified water. Clear? Okay. Next tank is aeration tank. Here in the aeration tank, what happened is the air is passed into this clarified water. Okay, this helps aerobic bacteria to grow. These bacteria eat up all the waste that is still there in the clarified water. Okay, now from the aeration tank, it is passed to the wastewater is now passed into the second sedimentary tank. Right? Now what happened here in the secondary sedimentation tank? Activated sludge is there. Means after these are allowed here for many hours without disturbing. The aerobic bacteria settle down at the bottom of the tank as activated sludge. See here, activated sludge. Okay, what I said, the aerobic bacteria settle down at the bottom of the tank as activated sludge. This activated sludge contains 97% water. Now the water is removed by passing it through sand beds or machines. Okay, and the dry sludge can be used as manure. You can see here with the sedimentation tank, with the help of a pipe, it is attached to the digester tank. So activated sludge from here is passed into the digester tank where it is used as a manure. Means it is used to prepare the biogas and then it is used as a manure. Okay, means activated sludge is sent to the digester tank for the production of biogas. Now water is in the next tank is chlorination tank, right, where water is disinfected with chemicals like chlorine and ozone before it is discharged into water bodies like sea, river or into the ground. Now after going through all these processes, is the water clean now? Yes, it is clean, but still it has a very low level of organic matter. Means it is clean, but it is not fit for drinking. We can utilize this water for irrigation purpose, for agriculture purpose, in the industries, for washing things. So this water after disinfecting, this is discharged into the water bodies in the in the sea or river. So what did we just learn? What we learn? Wastewater is generated in homes, industries, agricultural fields, etc., which is called sewage. So sewage is what? A liquid waste which causes water and soil pollution. Then wastewater is treated in a sewage treatment plant. Treatment plants reduce pollutants in wastewater to a level where nature can take care of it. Now this is about wastewater treatment plant. Now I am coming to the next topic, which is about sanitation and diseases. As you can see here on the picture, it is a picture of a village, and we know that a very large fraction of our people defecates in the open, on dry river beds, on railway tracks, near fields, and many a time directly in water. Untreated human excreta is a health hazard. We all know that. Correct? Now, this type of septic tank maybe you have seen in your home. Okay? To improve such type of sanitation, low cost on-site sewage disposal system are being encouraged nowadays, like septic tanks, chemical toilets, composting pits. About this I will tell you in details. What I need to say is sanitation, the word is sanitation and diseases. Diseases means you all know. Sanitation means clean and hygienic environment. And it is very important to maintain hygienic or sanitary conditions to have a disease-free environment. Okay? You know that a large number of people in India do not have access to proper toilets and defecate in the open near the railway tracks, fields or river beds. This untreated excreta makes its way to the water bodies and contaminates the groundwater. This makes the water unfit for drinking. Drinking this contaminated water becomes a cause for a number of waterborne diseases like cholera, typhoid, dysentery. Many places do not have proper sewage systems and have open drains. And we all know that open drains are breeding ground for flies, mosquitoes and other insects. Right? So the diseases spread very fast in this unhygienic and unsanitary conditions. Okay. Now coming to the next topic, which is about alternative methods for sewage disposal. Now, what is this alternative methods? You know, students, in places like villages, maybe you have gone to villages where a sewage system does not exist. There, alternative methods to dispose sewage are used. And what are those methods? Those are septic tank toilets, chemical toilets, composting toilets, vermi-processing toilets, sulab toilets. Now, first let me tell you about septic tank toilets. It is looking like this. Now, in semi-urban areas, low-cost septic tanks, which is also known as on-site disposal system, are used to manage the waste. What happened in this method? In this method, the sewage is allowed to flow into the tank. Let me show you another picture. Look here, this is the house. Through this pipe, it is connected with the septic tank. Whatever excreta from house is passing through this septic tank and they all get deposited in these tanks, in the septic tank. Correct? What happened here is, first is the sewage is allowed to flow into the tank. In this septic tank, anaerobic bacteria decompose the solid waste. And the liquid waste is allowed to flow out of the tank into the ground where it mixes with the soil below. Right? This is about septic tank. It is one of the alternative method which is used in our houses. It is also there, in the villages also. These are there where the proper sewage system does not exist. This is the overall diagram of septic tank. See here, with this commode, the pipe is connected. From here, the human waste goes into the septic tank, means solid and semi-solid waste as well as liquid waste all goes to this septic tank, where aerobic bacteria is doing what? As I have told you, anaerobic bacteria are decomposing the solid waste and the liquid waste goes out from here and it mixes with the soil. Okay. Now, second alternative method is chemical toilets. Chemical toilets are looking like this. So, a chemical toilet uses chemicals to disinfect human waste and removes bad odor instead of storing it in a hole. These are portable toilets that could be set up anywhere. They do not require water and can be easily shifted from one place to another place. But one of the disadvantages there of using this type of chemical toilets. The disadvantage is they are generally costly and use various type of toxic chemicals are used. Okay, so these are used for short periods. That is why here, as the chemicals will do all the things, so usage of water is very minimum. Now, third is composting pit toilet. What is this? Composting toilets is a simple, low maintenance toilet that makes instant fertilizer. It converts human waste into organic compost. Microorganisms like bacteria and fungi, they break down this organic waste to essential minerals. They are very environmental friendly and they require less water and are well suited for village areas. But it is also having a disadvantage. The disadvantage is, if composting toilets are not maintained properly, they can emit foul smell, encourage breeding of insects, and can become a health hazard. Right? Now, next about alternative method is vermicomposting toilets. Vermicomposting toilets are also looking like this. It is type of compost toilet in which human excreta is treated by red worms. In class 6, you have studied about red worms, if you remember. Right? So, here in vermicomposting toilets, human excreta is treated by red worms, which decompose human waste and convert it into manure, which can be added to the soil. And the last alternative method is Sulabh toilets. I think you have heard this name many a times in the TV. Sulabh toilet. These toilets have a twin pit flush toilet. Means flush system is there. Whenever you are flushing, water comes and water will take away all the wastes. Here, the waste from these toilets flows through covered drains into a biogas plant for the generation of biogas and biofertilizers. And Sulabh toilets are very easy to maintain. Means you will use Sulabh toilets, you will pass the waste into the Sulabh toilets, then whenever you will flush, the water already take those waste materials into the and send it to the biogas plant, where it is used for the generation of biogas as well as biofertilizers. Right? Next topic is sanitation at public places. Sanitation refers to what? The measures taken to improve and protect the health and well-being of people. For good health, sanitation is very important at home as well as at the public places like at fairs, markets, buses, railway stations, roads, offices, airports, hospitals. So, simple practices help in maintaining sanitation at public places. What are those? First is always throw waste paper, food waste, empty packets, water bottles or any waste in the dustbin. Second is never spit in public places. Always keep a tissue or a handkerchief to spit and throw it in the dustbin. Third is make people aware not to urinate on the roadside. Right? This maybe you have seen many a times whenever we are going out. Means you can see here near the roadside people are passing urine. So, it is one of the most bad habit and also not hygienic. For that, you can also tell those people not to do such type of things outside. Right? Now, last thing is your questions which you have to do. Questions are very easy, but still if you will face any problem to solve it, you can ask me. First question for you is, draw a well labeled diagram of wastewater treatment plant. Only the diagram you have to draw here with proper labeling, because diagram is very important. Once you understand the diagram, you can easily write the things in your own words. Second question, why should oils and fats not be thrown in the drains? This already I have discussed. Third, a mixture X in water contains suspended solids, organic impurities A, nutrients B, disease causing bacteria and other microbes. You have to give the names for X, means name of that mixture X. A means name the organic impurities and B name the nutrients. Right? Try to do it. You can do it by your own. Do it in your classwork copies. That's all. Thank you so much, students. Happy learning.